I'd always play with mahjongs and domino pieces as if they were building blocks. I rarely ever paid attention to the actual strategy of the game, but really was more fascinated in the patterns that I was creating when I would put these blocks together. And it really just like harnessed a lot of imagination. So when Carolyn and I were thinking of different desktop games to do for the Marbles project, I thought of, well, why couldn't we take a familiar game, almost, I mean, how dominoes and mahjong are these familiar strategic games. Why couldn't we take another one like Solitaire, which has always been a card game? Why couldn't we take that and turn it into something that's 3D, where it's turning into putting together patterns and towers and sorts of things? So what we did is we've taken Solitaire, the strategy and everything that Solitaire has in its gameplay, and we've turned the cards into cubes. And instead of stacking cards on top of each other, we're actually building walls and patterns and really beautiful creations. So, here are the components of the game. It works the same way card-based Solitaire functions, but instead of playing with flat cards, we're playing with three-dimensional blocks. In the set, there are 38 wooden blocks. Of these 38, each block is one of 4 different suits. And as you can see, there are clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds, just like a real deck of cards. Also, there are 2 trays for setting up and playing. There is an aces tray for matching up suits to win, as well as a wall building tray for setting up stacking. There also is a chute. This functions as your draw deck. It is where all the remaining blocks go after the stacking wall is built. As you can see, the chute has an opening at the end designed to draw 3 blocks at a time. There also is a slot to allow your finger to slide blocks through towards the opening. The basic setup is to first shuffle the blocks and place them one by one on the wall tray. Each block will be facing its back towards you, and every row gets shorter, creating a stair-step shape. On every row, turn over the last block so it's facing you. These top blocks are live blocks, available for play. Once you've set up the wall, now you can begin matching opposite colored suits in numerical descending order, and then start matching the suits on the aces tray, just like in the card version of Solitaire.
The thing that I really like about Solitaire is that because it's such a familiar game, like a lot of people know how to play it, but every time that I play it, the situation is different. And so you're constantly like looking and checking for new ways to, build off another piece. And so when those sort of moments occur, a lot of time it's referred to as the zero moment, where like that moment in the gameplay where that has like never happened before. And so when we were trying to develop this Solitaire game, it was like, how do we find those moments where a lot of those zero moments happen over and over again? And so I think when you have that sort of the stacking and finding new ways to build off of that, that's when those sort of moments happen. And I think that's where like the beauty of the 3D Solitaire lies.